Okay. It is currently after 4 in the morning. I am tired, and I have been racking my brain for hours and days and weeks on end on how I want to get this video out. I finally realized that I just need to wing it and see what happens, like I've always done. So I'm starting the video now, and I'm going to get some rest, and I'm going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to talk more about it. So, what's poppin', pepperonis? It's your boy, Dr. Radical. I like to enjoy life one slice at a time, and I hope you do too. And I'm done with live streaming. Maybe not completely, but definitely for now. Things are changing in my life, and I want them to continue changing for the better. And part of that is also changing the way that I create content. There's a lot that I'm going to talk about, and I really want you to just sit down when you have some time and give it a listen. So, get comfy and get ready and get rad, because it's showtime. Well, it's tomorrow, so let's talk about it. I will try to do as minimal cutting as possible, except for like short breaths, if I need to take a sip of hydration, because hydration's important. But other than that, just this will be kind of a yap sesh. Think of this as more of a listening video, I guess. I don't really know how to describe it. I just work here. And when I first considered how I would go about this, I wanted to really just go back to my roots. Like I said, I need to start where I should have the whole time. For the better part of 7 years, I have been live streaming video games, keyboard builds, and yap sessions, and just the whole 9 yards. I've tried doing it all, except for like IRL streaming, where they bring their phones and no, never my thing. But I thought that live streaming was my thing for a long time, and it was. I've had a lot of fun, and I had a few things that I wanted to accomplish. I thought for sure that at some point I would just catch a break and hit like astronomical numbers, but I never did. I wanted the people who watched my content to feel like they had somewhere to go, and they did. And I also thought that over the years of doing this, however long I was going to do it, I thought that I would meet some really great people and have some unforgettable memories. And I did. And the decision to stop live streaming in general was in multiple factors, but mainly the drive. For those that don't know, I work full-time, typical building setting, clock in, do my job, clock out. And after an 8-hour shift, I would come home for the last 3 years. I would come home and I would throw a live stream up. Whether that be I came home at midnight, or if I came home at 6 p.m., or whatever time I came home, it didn't matter. If I came home from work, I'd throw up a live stream. For a while, did it every day. And then it shortened to 5 days a week, and then it shortened to 3. And then I started doing different things in life and focusing on different stuff. And it shortened to, well, maybe 3. And sometimes just 1 or 2. For those that don't know, over the last 7 years, I rarely took a break unless something major had happened. Sometimes people just need time in their bubble, and it's okay. Everybody's supposed to have that bubble at some point, but there were moments where life was fine. Things were good. I just didn't really feel like live streaming. And I kept thinking to myself, maybe if I just keep at it, and if I stay persistent enough, it will pay off, and it will be beneficial for me. And after all that time, it's not to say that it hasn't been worth it, because it has. I've traveled nationwide to meet strangers on the internet when my parents kept telling me not to the whole time I grew up. And I've met beautiful people that will always be a part of my life, whether just as a memory or a lifelong friend. I know that while I'm still creating content, I'll still have those people that I meet. And if I don't meet a ton of people, that's okay. If I don't meet anyone, that's okay too. But I've gotten to meet some of my biggest inspirations in the space, people that continue to drive me, not just as a content creator, but as a person to do better. And I've met those people not just through content creation, but in day-to-day life. And those funnels of passion just kept pumping the fire, and I kept going. Then I started doing different things. I started doing edited videos. I started doing live streams of not just video games. There were days that I would build Lego sets and keyboards. I've done a lot of really cool shit over the years, and I don't plan on stopping that anytime soon. It's just the way that I do it. Now we can talk about probably one of the biggest questions. Does it have anything to do with numbers? Yeah, that's a big driver behind it. And I try not to be metrics focused when it comes to content creation. I focus enough with metrics at my day job and analyzing other data. I do that enough at work. I don't want to make content creation work ever again. I want to always have fun with it. Over the last couple of years, I had slowly watched my live streaming kind of tank while everything else kept going up. And I thought that eventually it would balance out. You know, I would have decent numbers on live streaming and decent numbers in content creation and just have fun with it. But I didn't. And what's crazy is something that a community member of mine had told me a couple years ago didn't really click until now when I started planning this. He said that my live streams were like a pub show. Like you're at a pub or a bar or a restaurant or whatever you call them wherever you live. And it's just on a TV in the background. Like it's there. Not really the most enticing things in the world happen all the time. But once in a while, just, ooh, what's that? Or, oh, didn't see that there. Huh. And then it's on about their business. And that didn't really process until I really started analyzing the data. I took a look at some of my, what I feel are my worst edited videos. And they kept going up. And they kept going up. And my live streams, I thought I was putting enough passion into it, or I thought I was playing the most anticipated game at that time. And it wasn't. And that's okay. It's weird and exciting how much you realize that making mistakes is the only way that you can figure it out. And the only way to figure it out is go through it. So I did. And for the entirety of 2025, Twitch was my lowest producing platform, metrics-wise. I had an absolute banger of a YouTube video, which I thought was a little half-assed, but I had fun with it. And still to this day, at least the day of this recording, it is still the most outperforming video that I have across all platforms. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That's where I mainly post, by the way, in case you didn't know. But that one video that I wanted to have some fun. And I was like, what if I did this? And it worked. One of life's mysteries is also, what if? What if I did this? Or what if I went here? And went with it. And for the first time, that was the real click that made it feel like it worked. That's what I've always wanted. I've wanted that feeling of everything that I was chasing is right in front of me. But here's the thing. After sitting on that thought for a while and riding that high, I realized that it wasn't the guaranteed numbers that I was chasing. It wasn't the thousands of views. It was never about the metrics to begin with. It was always chasing the what if. What if it blows up? What's the worst that could happen? I had some fun, didn't I? And I think that's all that's ever going to matter with what I do. So at least for the time being, maybe permanently, I don't know yet, because for now, I just need a fucking break from live streaming and the culture behind it. And, maybe I'll come back to it. But the way that live streaming is now, It's not for me. You know, I have friends that are successful in the space, whatever platform they're on. I have other friends that kind of fell into the same boat that I did, or similar boats where it just didn't work for them. And instead of taking that creative passion and putting it somewhere else, they just left it. It's not to say anything negative against them. Life changes, and we're supposed to take it one slice at a time and just go with it as it comes. My thing has always been that since I found what real passion is like for me, I never want to lose that, ever. So I will sacrifice anything under the sun to keep chasing what I want. And what I want is the what if. What if it works? What if I move somewhere and I do all this hard work over many years and it finally pays off and I can rest? What if? With that being said, there's a couple of major changes that have already been implemented, and there are more changes to come. But we'll start with number one being that on any platform whatsoever, I will no longer be live streaming. Now, with that comes an asterisk, because I have video projects planned that are going to include some VOD style content where it's like a 3 to 5 or however long hour recording session, raw dogging it, no editing, no cuts, no nothing. And that's going to get uploaded on YouTube into its own separate playlist. I'm still going to edit content. I'm still working on music, and I'm still having fun. I just want to change things up. Speaking of projects, this video is actually in two forms because it announces that I'm no longer live streaming, but I also wanted to announce what we're doing next. For the next steps, what I plan to do is record multiple hour sessions of me just getting on a game, like a new video game that I've never tried, and recording a session and uploading it and leaving it alone. And then coming back later, whether it's one session or multiple sessions, coming back and doing a game review. Like, should you buy it? Or here's why I bought it. Something along those lines. And that will be an actual edited video for however long, which is great because Pokemon Legends ZA is actually the next project that I want to do. And my friend Sunless and I are going to be doing a co-op gameplay with multiple challenges and doing the run sidecar method. Pretty much side-by-side play of both of our perspectives of running through Pokemon Legends ZA together. So doing the entire story, all the DLC, and going through this kind of gauntlet that we're putting on ourselves for reasons that we couldn't explain, but we want you to find out how bad it's going to be or how good it's going to be. Who knows? One of the things that both my mom and my dad separately have told me over the years is that whether I think I can or I think I can't, I'm right. And as I got older, I started hearing similar things from different people. The what if will always be the right choice for me. To honor two of my biggest fans in life, I'm continuing to create content, find new things to talk about with you. Probably you over there, but you, the viewer, sitting here, just listen to me yap about what I'm going through or what my mind's like. But you've got your own story too. If this is your inspiration to put pen to paper and start sharing your story, go for it, because what if it works? I'm not really sure what else to say at this point, except for the last 7 years, thank you for choosing me as your friendly neighborhood doctor. And thank you for everyone who has made getting to this point possible. And I can't wait to see where it takes us next. So until next time, stay tuned and stay rad.